Hello my friends, in this short video we are going to discuss properties of an ideal local anesthetic drug. We have learnt how local anesthetics work in this video. If you have missed it, watch it to understand the mechanism of action of local anesthetics. So what are the ideal properties of a local anesthetic? The local anesthetic drug should not be irritating to the tissues to which it is applied. This is quite obvious. A local anesthetic should not irritate the tissues, otherwise it will be difficult to use it. So there should be no local reaction because of them. Most local anesthetics meet this criteria. It should not cause any permanent alteration of nerve structure. Local anesthetics act on the sodium channels of the nerve membrane, and this action is completely reversible. The local anesthetics that we use meet this criteria also. Systemic toxicity of the local anesthetic should be low. This is very important because when we inject the local anesthetic, they are absorbed into the blood vessels, so they can have adverse effects on the cardiovascular system. This is also true in case of local anesthetic that is applied topically. Toxicity is different for different local anesthetics. It must be effective when it is injected into the tissues as well as when it is applied topically to mucous membrane. Not all local anesthetics that we use meet this criteria. The potent injectable local anesthetics that we use are not effective when applied topically, because to be effective topically we need to increase their concentration. This will make them irritating to the tissues, and this will also increase the risk of systemic toxicity because higher concentration of the drug will be absorbed. So different local anesthetics have different actions. Some are good as injectables and some are good for topical use. For example, Procaine is good as injectable local anesthetic, but it can't act topically. And Diclonine is good as a topical local anesthetic, but it's not used as an injectable drug because it's irritating to the tissues. Lidocaine and Tetracaine are anesthetics which can be used both as injectable and as a topical agent. It should start working quickly, that is, the time of onset of anesthesia should be as short as possible, so we can start the procedure without having to wait too long. The duration of action should be long enough to complete the procedure, but not so long that it will require an extended recovery time. Duration of action is different for different drugs, and it even differs among different preparations of the same drug, and also by the type of injection that is given. For example, a nerve block will have longer duration than a local infiltration. So depending upon the procedure that we are going to perform, we have to select the ideal local anesthetic for the patient. Most of the local anesthetics that we use fulfill these two criteria. Additionally, Bennett has listed a few other desirable properties of local anesthetics, like it should have a potency sufficient to give complete anesthesia without the use of harmful concentrated solutions. Potency means concentration of a drug that is required to produce an effect. So without having to use a high concentration of the local anesthetic, it should be effective. It should be relatively free of producing allergic reactions. It should be stable in solution and should readily undergo biotransformation in the body. And the last one is the local anesthetic should be sterile or capable of being sterilized by heat. There is no local anesthetic that can fulfill all of these criteria, but the local anesthetics used in clinical practice meet most of them. And research is going on to develop new drugs which will have maximum of these desirable properties and minimum of side effects. Thank you for watching this video. You can watch other videos in oral surgery in this playlist. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss a video from me. Thanks a lot for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye.